Are you gonna miss me when I'm gone? Are you gonna miss me when I'm gone?
I had to.
This show used to be everything.
I'm pretty sure it's still everything. I don't know where.
Is it still on?
It's definitely still
No.
on. I think it's like the longest running television show.
No.
I guarantee you Cops is on somewhere. Maybe not new episodes.
Okay, well that's...
Oh, you're saying that reruns?
If they play reruns, yeah, of course.
All right, now that I think about that, that was pretty stupid. That was one of the
Like
dumber...
you can still watch it. They didn't delete it everywhere.
Yeah.
It's still available somewhere.
Yeah, there's somewhere we can.
That was like a heavy early 90s moment. Like,
Did you watch it?
are you kidding me? I remember sitting like on the floor and watching it in the living room.
On the edge of your seat? Did you ever want to be on it?
Good TV. Good TV.
If they bring Cops back, we'd love to be on it.
Like guest speakers.
Yeah, guests or just ride-alongs.
Maybe we could watch Cops episodes and break them down on a podcast. Like maybe what were they thinking?
Oh, yeah.
Was it like a lot of high-speed chases? Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even remember what they were doing.
So I get that.
Was it just the arrest?
I get that and Reno 911 mixed up. Because Reno 911 was like Cops, but not real.
Right.
Yeah.
Cops was real.
Cops was real. I mean, you think it was. You don't know. It could have been acting. You don't know.
It was real.
You don't know.
It was real.
If you guys were ever on
I
Cops
need to know when that was on.
and can vouch to how real it is. So that's what today's video is about, guys. Today is a
good lead-in.
true crime podcast.
True crime.
We hear that's very hot. Hot button topic, but we thought we'd give you our own taste of true crime. We're going to tell you a little story. Today's story time.
Story time.
True crime edition. Podcast time. No? You hate the buttons.
I actually like it. Kind of sounds like Lil Wayne Fireman.
I think it might be the same siren.
Is it the same siren?
I think so.
Can you play it again, please?
No, it was higher pitched than that.
But I think he could have pitched it a little bit. We're talking about crime today. Well, as you guys know, if you haven't seen our videos, we have one video. It's not multiple, it's one, where we reviewed all of the weird shit that's happened. We have one of those videos on my channel, which I think is pretty entertaining. It was definitely of interest. People like when weird things happen to us, for sure.
A lot of weird stuff happens around us.
And I always wonder this, since we started posting these things, like things that we catch on Ring or things that we catch on our cameras, is it that weird stuff happens to us? Or is it that we're always watching?
That's part of it. I think when you know
what I mean? Because I think maybe some people, we're watching. Our eyes are open at all times. We got tabs, we got cameras, we got apps.
All angles are covered.
All angles are covered. If you're there, we know.
Yep.
And we're probably gonna post it. So yeah, a little something that happened here at the office, and we were a little reluctant to share it.
Yeah, I think we were kind of like, wow, I don't want this to be a thing. I don't want to give it any more energy because it took a lot out of me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'd rather just like keep this one silent. But we have a podcast channel and videos need to get filmed. So we have cameras. Everything is usually locked here. I feel like we're pretty safe. We like to keep it safe.
We're aware.
Yeah.
We're safe.
But it's a new space. Mm-hmm. So, getting used to locking the front door. We're not open for business. Like no one should be coming by here for fun.
We don't have like clients coming through all day.
Yeah, no one can pop in and just hang out. That's not what we're here for. This is a studio space for us to be creative privately still. It's not a public business. Also, this is a gated community that we're in right now.
Yes.
So our office is it's locked, gated.
Locked, gated, and we are in the very, very back. No exit or entrance is close to us.
Yeah, if you're in front of our office, it's because you're coming to our office.
Yeah, if you're here,
only one reason
there's only one reason you're here.
So we felt, safe. It's also a good neighborhood. Like I like our neighbors. Like there's nothing crazy about it.
Yep. I was wrapping up and I was heading out. We drove separately that day, and he said he was going to be right behind me.
Me?
Yeah. You said, "Oh, I'm going to be like 15 minutes behind you."
I had just gotten some nude music, and I was trying to give you guys a little. No, I just
naked music.
Nude music. I just got some new jams. I was like, I kind of want to do some stories and just share some new music with people.
Yeah, well, in my eyes, he was leaving like 15 minutes behind me, which in reality, I should have known. That means 3 hours later in John world.
Don't shift. She's pre-shifting.
I'm not pre-shifting. I already accepted full responsibility for all this.
Yeah, you're pre-shifting.
And oh my gosh.
Don't pre-shift because I'm not going to post-shift. I'm not shifting. It's no one's fault.
That's post-shift in my favor. I like that.
That's fine. But I'm just saying don't pre-shift to me because you're trying to win them over. I was like, okay, I'm going to share some new music. I'm going to be in the warehouse. I have my DJ stuff in the warehouse. I had it cranking. I was cranking.
You were bumping. You were
bumping.
Full club.
Katy left.
Yep.
she decided
Here it is.
to leave the door unlocked.
Here it is. There it is right there. You didn't even have to pre-shift, post-shift. That was it right there.
Do you take it however you want, dude? I'm just
Okay.
telling you what fact.
Okay.
Is that not a fact?
It's a fact.
Okay, so the door was left unlocked. You took Zoe with you.
Oh, yeah, that was another thing.
Zoe was there. It was 6 o'clock. You were leaving at 6 exactly.
Literally 6 p.m.
Because
Yeah.
all the gates around our complex closed exactly at 6.
Mm-hmm.
You were leaving around at 6. And then I was in the studio bumping. I was already bumping by the time you were out. So I'm in the studio bumping. I was there maybe probably an hour. I would say about an hour,
Yeah.
like right around 7. I was done. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to come home. Work-life balance, you know? I'm gonna come
Which, should we do a follow-up on that one?
Yeah, that's not a thing.
4 weeks after?
I don't have it. I don't know her.
Yeah, we don't know each other anymore, pretty much, is
Yeah.
the work-life balance that's happening.
I left it. I was getting ready to leave at 7, grabbing all my stuff. I was like, okay, where are my keys? Like, I could not find my keys. And like, there's no way for me to lock the building without these keys. I remember seeing them on the little microwave thing over here. I vividly remember seeing them there. Like, I kind of just left them there. No big deal. I was searching for everything. That whole week, I had been losing things left and right, though.
Yeah, same here.
You'd lost some
That's
stuff.
why-
Shoes.
Yep.
A camera lens,
Everything.
like randomly,
Everything.
which was like, because we're in between the office and home, and things are getting a little bit lost in the move. Like, is it at home or is it here? Like, we're a little
Right.
bit all over the place. So I was like, oh man, like maybe Katy grabbed my keys and took them with her, and now I'm stuck here. You know, like that's kind of what I was thinking. But I took the trash out earlier that day, so I was like, okay, let me go check the trash. Maybe I threw them away. I don't know. Has anyone ever actually thrown their keys away though? Like,
I did one time.
oh really?
Yeah, but they were in, this is a little side story. This happened to me. It was rough.
Okay.
They were in my hand, like in a finger, and I was throwing out trash, and I heard, like, I threw
Oh,
it
so you
in
knew
a
they were leaving
dumpster.
your-
In a dumpster. It was some apartment building that I lived in, and I heard them clink all the way down.
Did you leave them in there?
No, I needed them.
I,
Oh, it was.
I would think you would be like, well,
No,
I guess we're not going
no,
home.
it changed me as a person that day.
Wow.
Really changed me because they went straight to the bottom.
So we don't even have anything in the office yet. It's pretty barren here
Right.
still. So I searched everywhere. I went in the garbage can. I was everywhere, you know. I called you. I was like, hey, you happen to grab my keys, you know? Kind of like, you motherfucker better not
Listen,
grab
how
my
it really
keys.
went down. You need to find my keys. Where are they? I know you took them. Was pretty much what happened.
Yeah, I might have been a little bit aggressive.
He was frustrated at this point, but the way I was at this time, I thought that I took them
Yeah.
because the way that things have been going for me that week, the transition of moving stuff here, having stuff between here and home, it was really challenging. And I was forgetting. I've been so forgetful this past month,
Yeah,
more than I think my entire life.
for sure. And you're not like that.
I'm not forgetful, and I have been, and it's extremely frustrating. I think I accidentally took something of yours earlier that week.
Oh, the hard
The
drive.
freaking hard drive.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
I could remember when I thought I found the hard drive in my bag, and it wasn't even the right hard drive, but I was convinced that it was.
Or maybe 2 days prior, guys, I had just filmed a video on my channel.
You asked me to grab it when I left one day.
I said, grab it, please put it in your bag. And you did.
I did.
And then you could not find it. I spent all night like rendering those files so I could use them. And I started editing the project, and then it was gone.
So you can see how I felt bad already because I was like, I lost this hard drive.
Yeah, I was like, all right. So you did it again, lost my keys.
So that's I had the hard drive thing on me because the hard drive had not been located yet.
No, it was
It
still
ended
lost.
up being in the Jeep
Yep.
between something, which I don't know how that happened, but
You had that going for
I had
you.
that sitting on me. So I was kind of thinking, you know what, I probably did take his keys. But I searched everything and I was like, there's no way. I searched the car, and I remember vlogging because I had a very vivid picture of seeing it on the microwave.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, they're on the microwave. Like, check the microwave. And you were like, they're not there. And I went to go check my vlog footage, the receipts.
Yep.
I had the receipts of the keys on the microwave.
Yep. And it was in the vlog footage.
Yep, it was in the vlog footage. But that exact same time, that was when you got off the phone with me, I actually had this theory that somebody was following us and taking our shit, remember?
Yeah.
I think maybe that's what made you check the cameras.
No.
It didn't?
No.
Okay,
You-
well, I'll just go,
No, in reality, I wanted to believe the best that you wouldn't do that. You know, like I remember them, they were on the microwave.
Yeah.
So I checked the cameras, and it was like, I checked at like 5:50 or whatever, and they were on the microwave. I was like, wow. So no one touched them. And then I scrubbed to later in the timeline of the video footage, and they were gone. And I was just like, okay, how? Somewhere in the middle of this thing, something happened, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of watching the microwave footage For like, there was like an hour gap there. I was like, okay, where did they go? I'm looking for them to leave. And then at like 6:08, I see a face basically of like a stranger. I've never seen this guy before. I know a couple of people in the buildings next door. I've never seen his face before. I see him on the camera and I immediately I shut down. Like I freak out. I was like, holy shit, someone broke into the office. While I was in the warehouse. Like it
John was in the other room.
I was in the warehouse.
10 feet away from this guy.
6:08 is 8 minutes after you left. Like it was
I
literally
could have passed him basically.
Yeah, like
on the way out.
There was no he thought you were the last person out of the office,
right,
or whatever. But it was right after you left. I had no clue he was in here. I couldn't tell at all. I immediately was like, holy shit, is he still here? Like because there's a couple other rooms here. And there's like ceiling tiles. I'm like, is this guy a ninja? Like, is he in the roof right now?
Well, and there's 3 rooms in here. You don't know if he's hiding somewhere or what.
Yeah, I didn't know like what the goals were of this guy. Like, you don't know like what their theory is. If you're brave enough to come into somebody else's space, you're not really, playing on the same field as me.
Right.
So immediately I was like, oh shit, I got to go find like a safe spot if this guy is here. Like I went to one of the offices and like I was just fucking whatever. I called the cops basically. So I called the cops. I was like, hey, just check my cameras. Somebody broke into my office. I'm not sure if they're still here or not. They did their thing. But as that was happening, I think I called you.
You called me.
I was like, hey, somebody broke in and stole the keys. You don't have them. I need you to look at the cameras though. I don't know if he's here or not still. Like I needed to look. I was just letting you know like that's what happened. And then I did sign off basically. Like I was like,
he called me and it was obviously you were panicked.
You don't know. How do you react in that scenario?
Well, I didn't know any of this that was going on. I didn't know. Did I know that you caught him on camera?
Yeah.
I guess so. But he called and it was like, somebody was in the fucking office while I was here. And then that was it.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there at home. Holy shit. I have no idea. There's no context. I don't know if he's still there. You didn't know either.
Yeah.
At that point, I knew that I didn't take the keys.
Yeah.
We knew that this guy took the keys.
We knew where the keys were.
We knew where the keys were at this point.
Yeah.
So at least I didn't have that one. It's amazing what can happen to your body and that,
same.
like the adrenaline that starts pumping through you. Literally, I was pacing the house and I knew you were on the phone. You were calling the cops. You were calling the locksmith. You were doing things. And I didn't have the camera app on my phone yet.
Yeah.
So I couldn't plug in really, and I'm just kind of sitting there like panicking.
Yeah. So whenever you call the cops, this is a little tip that I have. You have to tell them you have to kind of give them a sense of urgency so they show up.
They took a long time though, right?
Not that long. Not really. 20 minutes or something like that. Something like that, which is not fast.
If you're in immediate danger, that's...
I was like, hey, I don't know if the guy's still in here. They were cool.
Yeah.
But still, it could have been faster.
Did you call 911?
Yeah, I just called 911. I didn't know if he was there or not.
Right.
Eventually, I was like, okay, cool. I'm in a safer spot of the office. I'm going to start scrubbing through the timeline and seeing what he's doing. So I see the guy. He kind of walks in. You could tell he's like, maybe he's a little intoxicated or inebriated. He's walking through the hallway, looking around, trying to check some stuff out.
Well, the first thing he did was he walked in, opened up the fridge, grabbed a water.
Chilling. Very comfortable.
Like he's at home.
Yeah, very comfortable.
He was at home.
And you got to remember, it's loud. Like I'm playing music maybe 10 feet from him, and I couldn't see him, like there's a wall there, but he could definitely hear what I'm doing. Like it's loud. He obviously knows someone's in the other room.
Chilling, did not
care. I had
care.
lights going, like it looked like a club in the other room. So it was clear someone was there, and he walked by my car that was outside, so he knew that someone was in there. Grabs the water. I think he starts looking across the microwave for some stuff. I have the knife there that I use for packages.
It's kind of a big knife.
It's a giant knife.
It's like a 6-inch or like a 5 or 6 inch knife, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty serious knife.
It's a big one. Because when you sent me the video, I looked at it. I was like, grab something on the microwave, and you were like, "That's my knife."
Yeah.
And then I thought about the one that it is, and I kind of.
Yeah, it's scary. Even
you
scarier.
Don't know.
Yeah, it's even scarier. Okay, so now he has a weapon.
Yeah.
My keys are right there. He picks up my keys. He kind of, looking around, walks into one of the offices in the front, which as of right now, it's just for our accounting. Like my accountant's in there doing some bookkeeping stuff. I think there was like a couple of pieces of costume jewelry, like some...
My Adina's necklaces, which I would like back, by the way.
Yeah, I think that was on the table, like there, like maybe 2 little pieces. I don't know if anything
just
was...
some necklaces not worth any...
Yeah,
real money.
There's only that and then a printer. That's in that room. So there's not much to look at. And then he looks in something like one of the little ottoman thing.
Yep.
Kind of just stumbles out the front door, and that was it, and then he's gone.
And he didn't try to, you notice he took a set of keys, but he didn't try to open the car.
Yeah.
It was a BMW keychain. The key fob wasn't on there, luckily. You had your car keys still, but the fact that you didn't try to go in the car is just, it made no sense pretty much to come in, grab a water, grab a knife.
Look around.
Grab
some costume jewelry, and then bounce. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy that that's what
Right,
happened
of
for sure.
course, yeah.
Absolutely. If all the things that were to happen, that was the best scenario that could have happened. So, you know, immediately I was like, okay, cool. He's gone. Thank God. I kind of looked around the area to see if like he was still around. We have neighbors that do like staging for housing that right across the street, and they were packing their truck or whatever. So I was like, hey, did you guys see anybody like walking to my thing? Like, anything? They didn't see anything. I called a locksmith immediately because he obviously had the keys. He had the keys for here, and my house keys were on there.
Right.
Obviously, I don't think he knew where we live. We live far away. It's not near here, but
He
it's
didn't
like
take any mail. It was sitting. Yeah.
But still, like when you're in that state, you're like, all right, cool. So I had a locksmith come late night. He rekeyed the whole office. In that process, the cops came. I showed him the footage. He was like, what did he get out of that front room? Because you could tell he grabbed something out of the front room there as he was leaving. And I said, I don't really know what's in that front room. I'm not in there. It's not my office. You know, it's somebody else's office. And he's like,
we just moved in.
And he was just like, I thought you said this whole place was yours. How do you not know what's in the front room?
It's like, if you could walk in there, you can kind of see that.
I was like, dude, we literally just got here. Like,
right.
I don't know everything that's in these rooms. Like there's like a women's high heels in one of these rooms from like the Cruella de Vil set is still here. Like it's not organized over here. I wasn't in the mood. You know, I was kind of like, I was shocked.
You were like, help me. Just help me out.
I was like, go patrol, man. Go take a lap around the neighborhood real quick for me. Like he's not up in here. I know that. So that was that. I ended up having a locksmith come by the house, and we have a lot of locks at our house.
Oh my gosh. So many doors.
Yeah. We have like 10 outside doors. We have a lot of outside doors for some reason in our house. Like unnecessary amount of outside doors. Because
their garage is semi-detached too.
Yeah, semi-detached.
Yeah.
We have a lot of, and then like the layout of our house, there's a lot of doors. So we had to do every single lock at our house. This is one thing. There's only a couple locks here, you know, but oh man, the house. That was like 10 different locks. It's late. It's like,
and then switching out everybody's keys that has a key to the house. And
yeah, it's like everything is just swapped. You know?
I mean, we definitely, like, looking back on it, when you first called me and there was that 20-minute period where I had no idea what was going on,
Mm-hmm.
I probably got about 10,000 steps in the living room.
Yeah.
I probably burned a hole in the living room floor, and like the dogs were kind of freaking out because I was being weird. And I just called Cran. I didn't know what else to do. So I called Cran, and she was trying to calm me down, but she felt my stress. It was just like, because I imagined somebody, I was like, okay, well, somebody's been watching us. Somebody saw us just move in.
Yeah.
And I pictured like somebody sneaking in.
You got like some Ocean's 11 type stuff.
Yes, I was picturing somebody like sliding across the wall, tiptoeing in, you know, like taking everything, like with a truck outside, taking all of our stuff and leaving. Like that's kind of what I imagine. And so I guess I did feel, obviously not relief, but in some sense I felt a little bit of relief knowing that this person, it was like a crime of opportunity, I guess.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, I don't know, I still don't know how this person came all the way back here.
Yeah.
It's definitely off-roading for somebody walking down the street, for sure.
It's not easy.
It's not easy, but that was just my first thought. Like, again, my mind went to the absolute worst place. I'm pretty sure that's where it goes, and that, I don't think there's any stopping that.
Yeah, like, oh, it's just some guy.
I don't think that's something you can prevent from happening.
Yeah.
But in my mind, that was what I was thinking. And then the fact that you were there, and I was just like, oh my God, I should have left Zoe there. At least Zoe could have let you know, like she would have heard.
But it's like, I don't know if I would want to confront
exactly.
somebody, you know what I mean?
And then after that, I was like, wow, I'm so relieved that you didn't walk out or walk into the kitchen while he was there.
Or I mean, what if you walked in the back when I'm over there?
Like, who knows what could have happened
Yeah.
if you guys bumped into each other.
Yeah.
Obviously, he just grabbed a knife, and clearly he doesn't give a shit if he's coming into somebody else's place and grabbing a water and a knife. But like, I went through so many different scenarios in my head that night.
Yep.
It was insane.
Yeah.
Insane.
Too. Me too. Like, it could have played out so many different ways.
So many different ways. And I'm just so thankful that you stayed in that room.
Yeah, me too.
That you were, I'm glad you didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
Even though as much as it sucked how it all played out. I mean, I really wish I would have locked the door. That was one thing that kind of ate away at my soul that night.
Yeah, but
a little bit.
Yeah, and now we have a podcast, so you at least we're
but
winning.
It happened so early into moving in that it also was a wake-up call.
Oh, for sure.
It was a definite wake-up call. I watched like tons of videos on Twitter of, you know, somebody turns their car on in the driveway to heat it up before they leave for work, and then they run back in the house to grab something, and somebody steals their car.
Yeah.
Like, you won't catch me with my car unlocked at any time anymore. Like, I'm locking everything. I'm so much more aware. And it's crazy because the other night I was here until that week, the night before, I think I was here till like 8:30 by myself. And I was literally playing out scenarios in my head. What would I do if somebody were to like come in here?
Yeah.
Do you ever do that?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Every time before I walk out the door, I'm like, okay, what if someone's right here on the side?
It's terrible.
Yeah. But I think at least you're alert.
Yeah, I guess that means you're alert, but it's like, gosh, what would I do if something like that happened? And then the fact that somebody did come in 2 days later or 1 day later, I was thinking, what if I was in this room? I mean, just think if you were in any of the other rooms, you guys would have seen each other.
Yeah, if I was in any other
If you were in this room, you would have made eye contact. And it's
Yeah.
like, what? I don't even know what I would have done.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It got me all
In retrospect, it happened the best way it could have happened.
Yeah.
And it also, we have better security now.
Better security now. Turbo came to work, you know.
Yeah, she did.
She came to work. And you know what's crazy is when the locksmith came to the house after that, I had all the girls at home and they were being crazy. And I was telling my mom about that, and she was saying they probably sensed my energy, and then all of a sudden somebody was at the house, and you probably hear my heartbeat from the next room, and Turbo was just like boom, boom, like she was pounding on the door, wanting to know what was going on.
Yeah.
So I think they can definitely sense your energy, but it's just crazy. Like you think of your home as such a sacred place, you know, and you just kind of, I feel like I'm very high alert because of what happens on Neighborhood app and Ring app. Like
we see a lot of
we're looking like home invasions and everything. And it, as horrible as it is, like it makes me wonder, like, does it happen a lot more now, or we just all know that it's happening now?
Like we're just connected more.
Like now we just know that it's happening. Now it's all on footage. So we can see it, but I feel so safe at home, but it made me feel like, okay, nowhere is that safe.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like now I'm like making sure, triple locking all the doors, like double checking on everything.
And I mean, now we have multiple monitors with these cameras. So we always had cameras.
Yeah, we always had cameras.
Access is on our phone. But now it's like everywhere, like if I can't see something, I have a monitor that I can go watch all the cameras on.
Yeah.
In the warehouse, in my office, I can see what's going on. We have motion sensors now in the front. Like it's fucking Fort Knox now.
The neighbor was like
lasers and shit now.
The neighbor was like, what are you guys doing over here? Like, why do you have all this stuff? Like basically a thumbprint to get in the door.
Yep.
And we told him, and he was shocked because he's been here for what, like 2 years now?
Yeah.
I don't think this has happened to anybody in the area. But then again, we wouldn't have known that it happened.
Yeah.
If you didn't check the cameras, we would not have known.
If he didn't take my keys, I wouldn't have known.
You wouldn't have known.
Yeah. I mean, now that we have we have a motion activated camera on the front now and a couple other things, we can tell who's coming.
Right. I can't imagine the feeling of a home, like somebody breaking into your home.
Yeah.
Rifling through your stuff, like full on home invasion. It just freaks me. I mean, it's one of my biggest fears, you know.
Same.
Definitely one of my biggest fears, but I think that experience it reshifted some things for me, you know. It was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
You got to watch your back at all times. Like in the car, every time I get in the car, I lock the door right away, like everything.
Got to be alert.
You got to be alert.
I even like one of my friends kind of has a lot of security monitors in their office, and I've always made fun of him for it. I fully understand it now.
Yeah.
I get it.
Well, imagine if you had a lot of employees in and out all the time too.
Yeah, there's so many different things, and it's just like all it takes is one experience for you to be like, oh, at least I have it. You know,
Yeah.
like if I didn't have that on film, I would just be like, where are these lost keys? Totally makes sense. You can never be too safe, I think, for sure. This podcast is sponsored by Simply Safe. I know a lot of people do that.
Sponsored by Nest.
Yeah, I
Ring.
wish.
Ring. So what did you learn from that?
I think you're more aware of your surroundings now, you know, a little bit more plugged in. I'm happy that I can monitor my cameras from multiple rooms in this office. Yeah, I feel like everything worked out, you know. I was fine with it.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but I feel like there's not a better way that could have played out.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. It was weird is what it was.
Now we kind of have a joke like, because some of our friends know about this, so we always when they come over here and we're like, hey, can I get a water? I'm like, yeah, we give them out to people. Yeah, people just walk right in and off the street and grab them.
Yeah. Welcome to everybody.
Yeah, like it's kind of a running joke in the office now.
Yeah.
I originally was just like, yeah, I'm not talking about this on social media. I didn't want somebody to be like, oh, it's weak over there security wise. Well, one, I had to get everything It's overkill now. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Too much security now, but I don't care.
No such thing.
Yeah. I've spent like thousands of dollars fixing the problems that I thought just to make myself feel good. I was just like, we're not talking about this. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. I feel like that happens to me a lot of times when I watch something on Twitter. Sometimes it's clips people post. Sometimes it's horror stories from like, you know, women taking Ubers or Lyfts, like just these terrible stories. And it's so scary to hear some of the things that happen and some of the stuff on Ring and Nest Nest? No.
And Nest has it too.
Nest
Ring
has it too. Neighborhood app.
Nextdoor is a popular one.
Nextdoor, yeah. You know, when people post videos and it's like, it can be a good neighborhood and it doesn't matter.
Let's talk this out, guys. As a family, as a podcast family, that must be nice family. I feel like the guy didn't respect anything that we had going on. He walked in here and just said, fuck you guys, I'm going to take your shit and potentially see what else I could take. Mm-hmm. Do I need to respect his privacy? Because he didn't respect mine.
Right.
He is willing to take from me. I'm willing to take something from him. If you guys know this guy or if you see him around, look out. He's fucking robs people. That's how I feel about it. I don't see him as like a nice human being.
Right. Yeah.
If he would have asked me if he could come in and have a water, I would have given it to him.
You love giving people water.
That's what I do.
That's literally what John does. You guys.
Yeah, I would.
You're saying he could have just asked and you would have given, maybe not the keys, but you would have given him the water.
The water, the knife, he could have had it.
That's good that we can joke about it now, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's good. But I also don't feel like I need to respect his privacy.
Yeah.
That was my theory. That's why he's in this video. Yeah, nothing ever happened. There was no resolve, but that's fine. Mm-hmm. Never came back. Well, we'd like to keep it that way.
Yeah. Stay away, dude. Mm-hmm. Not over here.
Yeah, that's today's podcast. Hopefully you guys liked it.
Our first true crime
this
podcast.
This is our true crime podcast.
I didn't know. So the one true crime podcast that we listened to, so it's basically people reading about
stories that
have happened in the past. The one that we listened to was like from the 70s or something like that. They like dig up extra facts about it or what?
I mean, maybe they have a special insight or they're just good readers.
Really good readers, storytellers.
Ours is that affected us.
Ours is a personal true crime. Mm-hmm. Caught on camera, as usual.
As per usual.
Nothing weird has been caught on camera at home recently, luckily. Yeah. Except a lot of car accidents in front of our house, you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Not bad. Like, I'm laughing because they're not actually, like, serious car accidents, but
well, we don't know. They drive off.
Well, they drive off because they're embarrassed.
Yeah.
It's like they run into our, the steel.
We have a steel planter that goes so we have like our house is longer.
It's like a 12-inch high steel sheet of steel.
Basically a steel barrier between our street and then like our hillside. So a lot of people, when they break their neck looking at our new grass that we put in, because we have a lot of nice grass, and our lighting is pretty lit at night. Like it looks good at our house. Flex. And a lot of people will like kind of look and they're driving and they don't see the steel barrier.
Well, that and the street curves slightly.
It's a slight curve.
A slight curve.
So if you're not watching the curve, you hit it. And it's steel, baby.
We found Desi and Steven were there, right?
Showing in the backyard, showing their
Charlie.
The new puppy.
Meeting Charlie. And we heard this like crack, but you could hear the rubber from somebody's tire hitting the steel.
Yep.
So it was that sound where kind of like when you're in like a parking garage and you turn your wheels, like one of those kind of things, but really loud. And I was like, did somebody just run into our planter? And I was about to be pissed if they broke it. But luckily
hit the concrete planter, that's bad. But the steel one,
the steel didn't move.
Unless you have like a train, you're not going to move that thing.
And so I looked out there and they literally stopped.
They were embarrassed.
And I was like, ran out front. They just like, I think they wanted to turn up the driveway, but they just ended up leaving because they were just like, oh, we got to get, this is bad. This is embarrassing.
Yeah. Our neighbor, we shared a driveway with our neighbor and they order Postmates a lot, I think.
Yeah.
I'd look like a Postmates delivery. I think they were just like, yeah, I'm not delivering it. Nope.
Yeah, we're keeping this one.
And then like a week later, we were out there with our contractor. We were just like, kind of like looking at little areas that we wanted to fix. And he's like, how come you got like a front bumper in the front, like right here? And he's picked up the piece of the bumper.
There's a piece of that car was in our grass.
There's a couple different pieces of cars.
So they definitely, I think what happened is they hit it and then part of their car actually went over it. And when they reversed out, it pulled off part of their bumper. Thank God that's steel, because I think we talked about doing something else right there. And that would, if it was concrete down there.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
It would have been bad.
I mean, thank God for us, not for them. They would still have a front bumper.
Yeah, they would. But yeah, I feel like that's the only weird stuff that's been happening around our house lately.
Yeah, other than that.
Kind of entertaining because, nobody gets hurt.
Yeah, it's an innocent crime.
It's an innocent situation, but it is pretty funny because they're staring at our yard like, damn. Honestly, when I drive past from
Yeah,
The north
I've hit
the
that
north
thing before
end?
too. Yeah.
The north end. I'm looking.
Oh yeah, I've hit
I'm
that
looking.
thing.
Yeah, my eyes are open. So there's something that I was telling John about that I really enjoy listening to podcasts because, and I like doing podcasts because I don't yell.
You're talking intimate.
Have you noticed that?
Yeah. No, I love it.
I don't yell. You know, you guys know my thing is like I yell in my videos. I can't control it. And I think it's just like a thing when the mic is so far away. It's not even that far, but I just can't see it that I just feel like I have to project.
We're going to set this up for a tutorial.
And I
She's
think
gonna
I
use
might
this
film a
mic.
tutorial or like a makeup video like this and see if it's different. Maybe I can even be more conversational in a video if...
Are you going to have headphones on though or no?
Can I?
Yeah.
Is that weird?
Ask them. You don't have to have headphones on.
Yeah.
You can do it without them.
Yeah.
But I think you're going to yell if you don't hear yourself.
Oh, is that what it is? Because I can hear myself?
Yeah, you can
That's why I'm
moderate
not
your
yelling?
voice, I think.
Maybe if I put AirPods in. Is that embarrassing?
That might be a little embarrassing.
That's embarrassing.
All right, so that's it for today's podcast. True crime.
Crime.
True
crime.
True crime.
True crime.
The
Katy
Office
and John.
Bandit. The
Office Bandit. The Office Burglar.
The Fiji Water Pirate.
Hey, it's not funny.
It's a little funny.
It's a little funny, no.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.